Ford studio. We are happy to have you with us. We have the St. Johns County Clerk of Circuit Court and Comptroller Brandon Patty here in studio.
The Patriot.
Here we go.
Patriot, the man, the myth, the legend. And we will get to bringing him in for that conversation. But first, we want to say thank you to Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's been a trusted family-owned part of St. Augustine community for over 75 years. Founded by U.S. Navy veterans Fred H. Bozard Jr. and Fred Bozard III, their legacy of service continues today through unmatched customer care, award-winning facilities, and deep community involvement. From 91 climate-controlled service bays to their no-appointment quick lane, they've got Wi-Fi in the customer lounge and fantastic food and drinks at Ford's Garage Restaurant. Everything they do is designed to serve you. Experience their nationally recognized customer service, honored by the Triple Crown Award, President's Awards, and more. Bozard Ford Lincoln is here to serve you with great pricing, great selection, and even better people. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. I'm inspired by all of our amazing sponsors: Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Find us on YouTube and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We're up on Rumble as well, so go find us there, do the things. You can help Chili get that new chew toy. That's our goal this week by sending those Facebook stars. She
goes through a lot of them.
Our app is in the Apple App Store, so download it. All the fun links, all of the extras, behind-the-scenes stuff, it's there. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, happy Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, isn't it?
So, yeah, I think so. Hump day. Hump day. Hump day.
I miss those commercials. They were fun.
Yep. Blake, you alive back there?
Yes, I am alive back there.
Okay.
I am here in the darkness with a little bit of light.
Yeah. You always give us
You're
light.
bringing the light, Blake. But don't go into the light.
No, I won't. Not yet.
Not yet.
And we have Brandon Patty.
We do have Brandon Patty.
Brandon, you alive over there?
I am ready to go.
You're a morning person, aren't you?
Yeah.
You look like you're a morning person.
Yeah, it's gotten to be like that with the age, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like
Doesn't
that.
work like that. That's what you do.
I'm still not a morning person.
Tell me more, Troy.
I think it's the three boys waking you up, probably at 5 in the morning. That made you a morning.
The 4-year-old, he's definitely a morning. So he'll hear ice on the ice in the morning. He'll come out about 6:15. Like, what are you doing, dude? Get back to bed.
My first daughter, she was like that. I mean, bright and early. As soon as we laughed when Frozen came out, because Anna, I think, says the sun's up, so I'm up. We got to play. And that was my oldest daughter. We had to get that alarm clock that glows yellow.
Yep.
And then for the hour you're allowed to wake up, it glows green. We had to keep her in her room until that alarm.
Did it work?
Yes.
It worked for the 11-year-old for us.
Yeah.
The 4-year-old's like, it's like an advisor, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure.
More like guidelines.
Yeah.
labels.
I had one not morning person, like Levins, and
Good vocation, Blake.
and one morning person.
Yeah.
Still to this day, he's the first one up, and that's Ty. Ty is always the first one up.
Nice.
So, and then Maeve's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes she's morning, sometimes she's like, I'm sleeping as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So I got 3 different kids all together.
I need all the sleep I need, Dad.
Well, you do your doom scrolling in the middle of the night, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's necessary.
I don't think so.
I don't think so at all.
I don't think so. So Isabella,
you already have the stories in. So
my oldest daughter's getting her comeuppance though, because she trained her youngest sister, who was always one to sleep. She trained her to wake up early. And so now the youngest sister is the Anna to her Elsa.
Oh, gosh.
She wakes her up every single day, and it cracks me up. Justice.
Gosh. All right.
She did that to herself.
We got question of the day.
Question of the day.
Question of the day, and all you have to do is tell me what was your best birthday experience? Best birthday experience as a child.
As a child.
Not as an adult. You know, we don't
Not that one no one can remember at 21.
we don't want to hear any wacko stories. We do, but not on this question.
All right. Probably my 14th birthday. I had a friend, we had birthdays 2 days apart. And so we threw this big joint birthday and invited a whole bunch of our friends. I got to invite extra friends because it was both of us. So we got to have a real big party at my house and shared big old cake. It was a great time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Blake, what about you?
I think it has to be my 8th birthday when
We went to Hooters.
No. We went to a more fancy establishment, Chuck E. Cheese,
Oh,
in a limo.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. I remember I was taking the limo.
That's
to
very
Chuck
cool.
E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful pizza.
Oh, terrible
Yeah,
pizza.
It
I think
was.
we might have stopped at a drive-through on the way home.
I had a bunch of Showtime pizza parties. It was before the buyout with Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
But we had a Showtime pizza where I grew up. And so, yeah.
I don't think Blake actually wanted to get out of the limo and go into Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, that
That tracks.
I mean, you get an 8-year-old a limo. I mean, you
Yeah.
really don't want to get out of the limo.
It was a Hummer limo as well, from
Yeah.
what I remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
wow, that's how the other half lives over there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
dog.
That's when Troy was making money.
It was before your philanthropist days.
Yeah, it was before I gave it all away. So, what about you, Patriot?
I'm gonna go with bits and pieces, but I can remember my third party, when I was 3. So now we got
Wow.
the young guys. Yeah, it was a He-Man
Showing
cake.
off the brain.
Nice.
It was a He-Man cake. We lived in a double wide in Tallahassee, and I remember where the cake was. I remember the table, friends, the whole thing. And it's just, I think it's probably one of my earliest memories as well.
Did you just walk around going, "But power of Grayskull"?
Did you
That
have the
He-Man?
Grayskull?
Now that I don't remember.
Grayskull Castle. My brother did.
Did he? See, that seemed that was a little probably much for us. I think I had like just the guys.
You might have got it out of Goodwill.
Maybe like a shoebox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My childhood was like, "Hey, do you have that toy?" It depends if my mom went to Goodwill, because that's where the good toys are
But I'll
at.
tell you this.
We got them from my cousins.
There's this streaming station, Pluto. They show all the 80s cartoons. So I'm trying to indoctrinate the kids. We were watching Transformers, the 80s cartoon. They had G.I. Joe and Inspector Gadget.
Oh wow!
Inspector Gadget.
And it's like so rigid. Like,
Yeah, it's perfect.
Compared to like the new cartoons.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the new cartoons are completely fluid.
Drilling him about loving America and hating the Soviets. It's fantastic.
The Cold War,
perfect.
Cold War cartoons.
That's awesome. We like a little indoctrination here. It's time for a quick check of the weather.
I don't think I gave mine.
No,
It's not time for a quick check of the weather.
But I mean, if
Come
you
to
want to
that.
just jump to Troy Story's
Can
boring.
you remember your childhood birthday?
Yeah, it was back in the
Black and white.
Giving you an out.
back in the roaring 20s, before the Depression. No, in my 7th birthday, it was you can't play Little League until like you're 8 or 9 years
Okay.
old. So I couldn't be on the field like in actual game.
Mhm.
So in my birthday's in the summer. It's in June 26th. If you guys want to send presents. But
Addresses?
I wanted to have a baseball game, and normally a 7-year-old birthday, you have like 9 people there.
Yeah.
I had to find 18 people, and we had to recruit all family members from all different places. But we actually got to play an entire baseball game, like a real game, like pitching and everything.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the best ever. And
That's
and
awesome.
so, but I mean, it was just because I've been waiting to play baseball. I mean, T-ball's not the same hitting off a tee.
Yeah.
I wanted
It's
them
kinda
to
half about
pitch it to me.
softball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really wasn't the same. But I remember that. And then pretty much after that, all my other birthdays, I was playing baseball somewhere
Yeah.
from then on out. But that was like the last time my family kind of got together and we played a game.
Can we do that this year?
Cool.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
That sounds like an amazing. This is like a great Saturday,
Go
man.
to Treaty Park.
Can I
9:04
steal and lead off?
Yeah, it goes to school.
All right, June 26th. We'll see you there. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Someone's going to run for me.
You're going to favorite them.
Well, like Ghost Runners now and then majors. I mean,
Yeah, Blake's like, I'm not a runner either.
You're the birthday boy. We can let you do your e-bike.
Yeah, there you go.
You just have to get on it and then get there.
It's actually the awkward part, me getting on it. Yeah.
Is this like the DeLand version of Field of Dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll come. No, and it was on like not even like a real field. It was like a made up field that we put together.
it's beautiful.
I think it's out now called Chipper Jones Field where that was at. It was like a backup field when I was growing up.
Very fancy.
Wow.
He donated the whole the build out of the ballpark.
He's
there.
cute too.
And now for the weather.
There's a girl on the show now.
No, he was He's always a good-looking kid.
He was. That's
Larry?
why I know who Chipper
Larry-
Jones is.
well, and his dad's a good-looking. His mom, they're an attractive family.
Good-looking people.
They're just good-looking people. I'm not gonna lie.
Good on you, Jones
Yeah.
fam.
The Jones family got it together.
Can we do it now?
Yeah. Now you can do it.
Now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
It's all right.
That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets. Bin 39, tucked inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in the serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday. It's open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, Blake, buckle in. Hit the Blake's traffic report.
Traffic.
That is traffic.
Indeed. Surprisingly, I-95. Yes, surprisingly, I-95 doesn't look as busy as normal today, though. But unfortunately, that great old State Road 16 intersection, though, is causing a lot of confusion for drivers, though. So do be careful.
Divergent and Diamond.
Where's Waldo?
I hate that intersection.
You forgot about Waldo.
Unfortunately, he was not on the camera today.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm
So
sorry.
we have Waldo the Wasp that was there yesterday.
Yeah.
There's a wasp?
A wasp that
On
was
one
on
of
one
our
of the
traffic
cameras,
cameras.
on the traffic
Yeah.
cameras. It's the second.
Oh.
It's the second time we've had a wasp up here.
Yeah,
We don't think it's the same wasp because it's months apart.
allegedly.
I don't think wasp lasts that long.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know the lifespan of a wasp.
Yeah, I don't know.
Grandson
Someone's
Waldo.
looking it up right now. Thanks, Bobby.
We appreciate that, Bobby. All right, that Hit the Blake's traffic report is brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marco, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full-fare guest through Hometown Pass program. Just check out hometownpass.com to sign up. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. We've got one news story before we get into our amazing interview. As St. Johns County grows, house fires are increasing. A house fire in northern St. Johns County on Memorial Day is putting a renewed focus on fire safety, as fire officials say residential fires are on the rise. St. Johns County Fire Rescue responded to the scene and confirmed the blaze started in the home's garage before spreading into the attic. While the cause remains under investigation, firefighters say no one was hurt and damage to nearby homes was minimal. But this fire is part of a larger trend. So far this year, St. Johns County has seen 81 house fires, marking a 6.5% increase compared to the same time last year. Fire rescue spokesperson Chris Knapp attributes the uptick to the area's rapid population growth, which climbed approximately 4.5% from 2023 to 2024. Knapp also points to changes in how neighborhoods are designed. Communities like Nocatee, with their own shopping centers and amenities, are seeing more residents using electric vehicles like golf carts and e-bikes to get around. These vehicles are very convenient, but they can pose a serious fire risk if not properly maintained. Any kind of electric vehicle, golf carts, e-bikes, charge them outside, Knapp advises. Unplug them when they're done. Don't leave them charging overnight, and make sure you're there to monitor them while they're charging. Knapp also recommends having a fire extinguisher handy and installing smoke detectors in the garage if your home doesn't already have one. To keep up with the growing population, the county is expanding its fire rescue services. A new station opened at the end of last year, and another is expected to come online later this year. In total, 3 new stations are planned for northern St. Johns County by 2030, where growth has been the most significant. Yeah, I agree that it's really the designs of these neighborhood having all of these amazing amenity centers and golf cart culture and e-bikes.
Yeah.
And it's just people need to be diligent about properly caring for these electric vehicles.
Yeah, we try and charge, and you with the e-bikes, we try and charge when we're there, and try and remember to unplug it because those things get hot.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an older one or something like that, it can get ugly quickly.
Yeah.
So.
And lithium batteries are scary.
Mm-hmm. So.
All right. That's our update. Be safe out there, people.
All right. We have in the studio Brandon Patty. Now, you guys have heard me call him Patriot.
Yes.
I've been calling Brandon Patty the Patriot. Now, you've been coming on air with me for about 11 years, 10 years, right?
10 years, 2015.
2015. Nice. So, and you would fill in for Mike when Mike was gone. You would be our conservative and on the uncommon side. So
crazy.
I mean, it's great to be back in studio with you because it's been a while since you and I have been in studio, and you've got all these grown up jobs now. So you are our clerk,
sir.
And if you would explain to the people out there exactly what the job is of the clerk of the courts.
Sure. So clerk of court, comptroller, we're one of the 5 constitutional officers in St. Johns County and in counties across the state of Florida. We primarily provide support to the courts, support to the county through the comptroller, minutes and records, inspector general functions, internal audit functions, and then we're also the official recorder for the county. So anytime that you get marriage, deeds, documents like that get recorded with our office as well.
And you handle passports.
And passports too. We're a passports acceptance facility certified by the Department of State.
All right. And now, so other people know your backstory. I call you the Patriot because of your military background. You went in the military very young. You were a 6th-string quarterback. I believe.
You're not supposed to remember that. It's third, technically.
Third.
Second, really, but yeah, third. I'll take third. Okay. We won state championship. I mean, the guy played at Florida. What do you want me to do?
You won a state championship. You were a backup of some no-name guy.
Such an aggressive fact to remember.
I felt like I was back in high school for a second.
I got bullied again.
Knock the books out of your hand.
Well, I mean, tell him who. The reason you weren't the starter.
Well, I didn't really have talent.
The skill level was a factor. But I mean, the guy in front of you was a pretty impressive football player.
Yeah, I played at Florida. Gavin Dickey ended up playing behind Chris, who came in and really beat him out. He started playing more baseball and he ended up playing in the minors. Now he's a scout for the Astros. Chris, he was before Tebow.
Warfel?
After him, so like early 2000s. So he came in as a freshman, first game of the season, threw a 60-yard touchdown pass. I realized at that point that I would not be starting anytime soon. And I was a pretty decent option quarterback, but throwing was not my forte, and we threw a lot, so that didn't work out well for me. But had a good time running all the way through to state champs back in 2099.
Yeah.
State champs without the hits. We like that.
Yeah, I got through okay.
No CTE.
I was the old victory quarterback. When I was in the game, they were pretty confident. Not 100%, but pretty confident we were going to win.
The clipboard guy. I know the plays.
Yeah, but it was a good experience. And then from there, I joined the military mid-20s and came in through what's called direct commission program. So it's where you come in as an officer in different communities for the Navy. So came in as an intel officer and have been in since. I come up on 20 years in 2008. So coming up quick. So I got to make a decision. And after the deployment last year, they can't touch me for 3 years, relatively speaking. So at that point, I'll be coming right back and have to make a decision if I want to stay in or not.
Right on.
So, and you have a new promotion coming up in June. Okay, I see. I announced it, so it's okay for you to do it.
I've been excited. I was talking about it, Troy. But you asked, so,
so it makes it okay.
That makes it
That's
okay.
What I'm saying. I'm giving you clearance for this one, where you don't have to brag. You don't have to brag on yourself. I'm asking you to brag on yourself, which is different.
Yeah,
I just start bragging.
Well, so I got picked up for the next rank. It was my second look, so it wasn't my first look getting picked up. So that was I guess it was a couple years ago I got passed over, which was a good moment of clarity. I'm like, hey, what do I need to do record wise? My performance was there, but I just didn't have all the boxes checked, and so that came through and ended up getting selected. And so was notified last June on my way out the door. And then the way the Navy rolls out their promotions is the more highly qualified selected go earlier in the fiscal year. So I'm like June. So I'm like kind of like a C student, C minus.
You're still the backup quarterback.
Still the backup quarterback, right? Like,
We like that.
I didn't get the star by my name, so I'm not getting that type of attention. But yes, I put on June 1st, and then we'll see. I never expected to stay in this long. It was just an opportunity to serve, and but I do enjoy it. I enjoy being in the military. I enjoy the mission. I enjoy focusing on getting our sailors what they need to be trained for the next fight, and it's important. So I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. So you're commander.
Yes. So I'll be a Navy commander.
So you're Navy commander as your lieutenant commander right now, but in like 5 days, you're a commander.
Yeah. There's this change that happens. I become a lot more
taller,
better looking, much more sure of what I'm saying, more direct, not as nice. Yeah. I'm just kidding. But it's interesting how that happens. But a lot of it, it's kind of how we run the office too. We promote based on performance, not potential. And so you have to have the track record of performance, of performing as the next rank. And they see that in your record. It's crazy how it works, but they're very good about this most times. And they promote based on that. So because I've been checking the boxes, so to speak, but because I've been performing, and serving, they decided to throw me another bone.
What's the rank of? I mean, commander seems very high. I mean, there's a football team named after you.
Yeah, they're actually pretty decent. Yeah, right.
And they're pretty good. What's the rank above a commander?
So that's captain. So that's a full bird. Colonel is the Army equivalent.
Okay.
And then from there you get to the flag ranks. So admiral for us, general from there. So I think I'm pretty good here. I don't have any intention of continuing on to try to go for 06, but I never really meant to go for 05. It was just serving. Opportunities came up. So, you can't let that go, Troy. They can't retire from that.
You can't just stop being the Patriot.
Retire from that.
So. It's kind of like the Marines. Once you are the Patriot, you always are the Patriot.
I appreciate that. I don't salute cars, but yes, I don't. I'm just kidding for all the Marines that are out there. And you do salute cars.
All the crayons are put away. Okay.
I think I have a ring coming in on tonight's show talking about Vietnam. So,
well, they are the men's department of the Navy. They are the men's department.
They appreciate the ride you guys give them.
They do not appreciate being called a Navy boy, though. I learned that the hard way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would avoid that one.
So, but you're now art clerk. Now you were deployed when you had the last campaign.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that a good thing?
How much to unpack there, Troy?
I'm sure it had to be nerve-wracking, but not having to campaign.
So ironically, it's the first time I've ever been on the ballot.
Yeah.
First time I ever, because
you're appointed.
And then my first term unopposed, and then this one drew opposition. And I love campaigns. I love telling the story. I love being out there talking with voters and getting into the fights, probably not the most appropriate way of saying it, but getting into the conversation. Okay. And so I wasn't able to do so. That was frustrating. That was another moment of, God helping me grow. And then but it ultimately, it worked out for us. It was also the wife really got involved. And so she did a lot of campaigning, going to events and stuff like that. And, at the end of the day, it's really a performance review. Every 4 years you go up, and you get voted on by your bosses, the voters here, to decide if they want to continue, if you decide to run again. I thought we had a good run. We had some hiccups here and there, of course, as any office is modernizing and growing. But at the end of the day, our focus remains serving our residents and our stakeholders. And we're passionate about that. We take care of our people. We fight hard for them. And we want to provide the very best service to you all. And so I think that bore out in the results, and look forward to growing on it this term.
What's one of the challenges of the clerk's office? Now you do the audits also, and there's a lot of things. There's Gadsby laws and some things that come into play. And just a brief, what a Gadsby law is where money can only be spent from certain, let's call them buckets or categories for certain items, like what they were collected for. That's what they need to be spent for. What's some of the challenges of doing those audits for the county, which is, it's almost $1 billion budget.
Yeah.
So what is some of the challenges with doing those audits?
So a big part for us is coordinating with the external auditor. So our external auditor, they're going to each of the constitutionals. They're working through the county books and helping prepare everything. A big part of that, frankly speaking, is ensuring that we're staying on time and on track, and that we're addressing any findings or concerns that come in. And I'll tell you, it's such a good checks and balance, because by having these externals that came in, and they came in by, there's an audit selection committee that met, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and selected our auditor. And they go through and they just look at and they have their criteria of what is material and immaterial, and help make sure that the public trust is maintained, that the dollars are being spent the way that they're supposed to be spent. If there's any concerns that they come across, they bring them to everyone's attention. The county and constitutionals were all very proactive in responding if there's something that maybe another auditor didn't consider material, and then they consider material. So immaterial means that it's a finding, but it's not that important. It's like if you're balancing your checkbook, let's say, and you're a nickel off. Yeah, you want to find that nickel, but it's a nickel. But you still want to find the nickels. For some auditors, a nickel is a big deal. Other auditors in $1 billion budget are like, might want to be aware of this, but we're not going to write you up on it. So
it continues to be a nickel. It's a problem.
Yeah.
And so for our office, we have 3 different levels of standards. We have our office standards, audit standards, and taxpayer standards. And really, taxpayer standards are the highest standards. And that is, look at your job, look at your role, look at your function through the eyes of a taxpayer versus as an eyes of an employee. And because then you get to what's called office standards, which you can always detect them. It's whenever you ask someone why they're doing what they're doing, and they say, well, that's the way we've always done it. It's an office standard.
Great answer.
Right? And then audit standards is what I was saying there. Are we working to make sure the auditor doesn't find anything, or our supervisor doesn't find anything, or are we for a taxpayer? And as a taxpayer, I want A to Z, alpha and omega. I want to make sure that we're covering down, we're being as efficient as possible, and that we're accomplishing our mission every day. And so we rise to that occasion. That is our standard that we have in the office. And that said, we're office about 127. It's important for us to be proactive in responding to any issues that come up, or if anything that happens, and to be also transparent and collaborative, talking with the public and talking with y'all and stakeholders about what happened, if something's happened, and what we're doing about it, make sure it never happens again.
All right. I think we're going to do a gas report, but when we come back, I want to talk about your new hire that had a little controversy with it. And
I'd say controversy conversation.
Let's do that for the tease. Let's call it the controversy for the tease. But we're going to do the gas report and the music report, and then we'll be right back with the Patriot there.
We've got the Gas Buddy gas report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Shell at 146 King Street at $2.87. We've got Gate at Mizell Road at $2.88. Mobile and Circle K at South Ponce de Leon Boulevard is $2.89. We've got a lot at $2.89 this morning. We've got Owens at South Ponce de Leon. We've got Sunoco, also South Ponce. We've got Circle K, $2.07, also $2.89. Shell at Ponce de Leon Boulevard, 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, also $2.89. Gate at North US 1 is $2.92. Circle K at US 1 North is $2.96. And A1A Discount Beverage is at $2.99 again today. That Gas Buddy gas report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you and your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it the most. When time matters, remember the name and number Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Live music report today. We're going to start at 5 p.m. We've got Smoking Joe Shower at Tradewinds Lounge, 5 p.m. Jim Johnston at Catch 27, also 5. Taylor Roberts is at Fusion 904 Eatery, also 5. Edwin Barbosa, Guy Harvey Resort, 5 p.m. Chubby McGee is at Tides Oyster Company and Grill, also 5. Damon Slaughter at OC White's, also 5 p.m. Moving on to 6 p.m., we've got Alexis Paramus at Casamaya. We've got Dewey Vaya at Ann O'Malley's Deli and Pub, also 6 p.m. Mark Metterhouse at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill, also 6 p.m. Greg Johnson at Salt Life Food Shack, also 6 p.m. Those Guys at St. Johns County Ocean Pier, 7 p.m. Dharma at Casa Divino, 57, 7 p.m. as well. Gary Hoey's at closing us out at Cafe 11, 8 p.m. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing and Construction. When it comes to protecting your home, trust the local experts at Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted best in St. Augustine every year since 2012. Whether it's emergency repairs or full roof replacements, Fidus delivers expert shingle and material installations using top-tier materials like GAP Lifetime Roofing System, all backed by strong warranties and GAP Master Elite certification. And this summer, Fidus is proud to support the Big Summer Fun Scramble on Friday, June 27th at the Golf Club at Southampton, benefiting Big Brothers and Big Sisters of St. Johns County. Tee off for a great cause with breakfast, lunch, raffles, contests, and more. Sign up today at bbbsgolftournament.com. Fidus Roofing, 904-355-ROOF.
They do pavers.
And gutters.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All right, we covered the bases. We can get back to it again.
We paid the bills.
We did.
We paid the bills. All right, Brandon. Now you're on the hot spot.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
I know you're just so stressed about
Spill the tea, sir.
Actually, we talked a little bit about it last week on last week's show. Now you hired former Senator, State Senator Travis Hudson. Explain how that came to be. I mean, and I said on the show, I think with his connections, it completely makes sense with me. But explain how that came to be and what your thought process was hiring him as consultant, I'm assuming.
He'll be a W-2, but he's in an advisory role.
Okay.
So it came back to when I came in office in 2019, became very clear and apparent that the state funding for the court system and for the clerk's offices is broken. And effectively, the long story short, here in St. Johns County, we're one of the least funded clerk's offices in the state. So that was by case and it's by population because we've had so much growth. And I can go into about how this ended up happening, but the reality is it needs to get fixed. Yeah. And so clerks statewide through our association have worked to try to increase our funding. But candidly, we've been taking bites of the apple versus coming up with a strategic plan in order to be able to fix it once and for all. And ultimately, the issue is is that we are running a 2025 organization with 2008 prices.
Oh, wow.
Everything all court functions back, and generally speaking, but all court functions back in 2008 are the same prices they are now, but labor costs has skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting to a place where we're not able to retain our talent. We're not able to pay them what we need to in order to keep them there. Because the more they're with the office, the better they are, the more efficient they are, the better they serve y'all, and the better they serve our stakeholders. And so that need has been present for years, and have known Travis for a long time as you, Troy. And over the last couple of months, he mentioned a desire to kind of get back into public service. He missed being part of the greater good, so to speak, and solving problems. And, I know there's a lot of crosstalk online and all the rest of that, but his track record's pretty unmatched as a senator and as a state rep of taking care of the environment and bringing money back to St. Johns County and fighting for clerks. Quite honestly, he was our chief sponsor, our main sponsor back in 2003 that brought about $40 million of additional funding to clerks' offices statewide. That made a dent, but it didn't take care of everything that we needed. So he has a track record of success in St. Johns County. He's got a track record of success fighting for clerks. Says he wanted to get back into the game, public service wise. I was like, all right, let's have that conversation. Let's see what it looks like. And I'll tell you, the response has been, broadly speaking, very positive, especially with clerks, and especially with those stakeholders in Tallahassee who recognize the expertise, the I don't want to say wisdom, I think that's probably a little much, but like the expertise, the experience, the skill set that he brings to the table to help us with this fight, because they want it solved too.
He can navigate something that's not easy to navigate. No. And I don't think people understand in Tallahassee, it's being able to know who's on which committee and the ability to get to them,
how it works,
the availability of getting to them. And, to me, it completely made sense. And like you said, I had the benefit of knowing both you guys for a long time. So I have trust in both of you for a long time. So it was easy for me to defend that position. But with Travis, he doesn't have to, people, he's serving the people. He doesn't really have to, he has other options. And the fact that he came and worked for you, I don't see, there's not a huge benefit on his side unless he's just helping the people, in my opinion.
I agree, and I respectfully submit it. I also would say, like, he doesn't need a position to be he's the only state senator that serves and he's one of the longest serving, most elections, all the rest of that stuff, and he has a track record of success. And so Yeah, when a former senator or former representative, and I get to that place sometimes in these conversations, I'm like, just take the name out of it. Let's just talk about the credentials and the experience and the skill set. And then you tell me. And so you take the name out and you say, you have a former state senator who has been instrumental in St. Johns County government politics for the last decade available, and even whether he's in office or not, you're going to take that call. And he's still extremely well connected in Tallahassee. They still talk to him to get his perspective because he's seen it all. I mean, they would give him the toughest bills to run, like significant, complex legislation that would change the trajectory of different industries, and whether it was on the gaming side or, I mean, heck, even with our clerk's bill. And so I think that when especially those in Tallahassee, and for us, when we realized, and when I learned that he was available, I was like, all right, let's see if we can figure this out, because it can be a game changer for us here in St. John's. And it's also a signal to Tallahassee how serious we are about fixing this issue.
Well, I mean, I find it very significant because him, Paul Renner, and Stevenson all went out at the same time.
Yes.
Our House representatives in Tallahassee, they all were in senior positions, and they went out at the same time. And they got us, the last 2 years they were there, they crushed it. You know, so Sam Kim and Senator Leak, they got some work to meet that bar. I'm sure they appreciate also having him help in that process too, still being involved in it to get.
They still talk to him,
get them in the right room to do what the first crew was able to do. And
it is slightly counterintuitive when you think about it, to a certain extent too, that you need having someone there that can help fight for you in Tallahassee to get, generally speaking, like what's rightfully yours, I guess, but that's not probably the proper way of saying it. But in other words, having someone that can go to Tallahassee, because we all pay those taxes that go to Tallahassee, right? And making sure we get our fair share. And the reality is that in Tallahassee, we're not the largest county. We know that. Miami-Dade, South Florida is. They get a lot of the attention. They are the center of gravity in many cases. So having someone that is definitely experienced in navigating appropriations and policy for us, and then also just as an advisor to helping us be able to bring back more to our residents here so we can get our fair share. You know, it's the old pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. I just want to be a pig. Yeah. You know, like I want to make sure that I have the resources we need to run an effective office to take care of our people who will take care of you. That's the ball game.
Yeah.
All right. So you were heavily involved in the Republican Party prior to going in the clerk's office, and you your relationship with DeSantis as a military person and a Republican who was on the rise at the same time, on that same trajectory, I think is what the word. How does that relationship help you do your job and where you're sitting right now?
It helps from a perspective of understanding just the political landscape, and then those that are involved in Tallahassee. Much of what we do and what we're going to do, especially, is telling our story. You know, it's one of those where, let's say here in St. Johns County, if we have let's say a vacancy on the county commission, and we're waiting to see who's going to get appointed. For us, that is the decision we're waiting on. For the governor, that might be 1 out of 100 that he's making that day. And similarly for us here, it's one where, how do we ensure that we're getting the facts out there, that we're able to help articulate, and ensure that we're able to really make sure our message lands. Because ultimately that's what a lot of it comes back to, is we're hired to do a specific function and role for you. And I want to be able to have your confidence and trust that when we're arguing, articulating, advocating for your interests and your needs, that you know that we're going to maintain that public trust. And that's part of the reason why, even with this hiring, that we made the announcement that we wanted to bring it forward when we did, is because we want to have that conversation, because it's one where, like, we're very transparent in our office. We talk about the good, we talk about the bad, and we want to make sure that we're able to help tell our story. And for me, that announcement kicked off this campaign. It kicked off the campaign of saying, hey, here's who we're bringing in. Here's what we're going to accomplish. Let's get to work. And the great thing about it is, even over the last week or two, we've made considerable progress, having set the foundation for us to be able to get the resources we need so we can take care of our mission and take care of y'all.
All right. You said you have 127.
127 today.
127. Now, being a boss isn't easy. I mean, when you, it's fairly easy to sit in that 2 and 3 seat and go, oh, yeah, my boss really screwed up. But
yes.
But being a boss is not always easy, and you know that 127 is a significant number of people that you have over your last, I guess, 8 years now. So
5 to 6,
years.
sir.
5 years. What's been the biggest challenge of being the guy that, okay, this is who it lands on?
Great question. Try. I think the biggest challenge I've had, and I think that it's one where we work on it all the time. There's this thing called the say-do gap. And I will be very clear and articulate. So I think, and many times I'm not, but I think of saying, this is how I want to move forward. And this is how we're going to take care of our people. This is how the policies are going to impact. This is how we're going to build out X, Y, and Z program, whatnot. And then it's the do side of it, where it's like, how is it actually implemented in the office? Because when it's very close and there is no separation between the say-do, it builds trust, it increases morale. When there's a separation there, it erodes trust and it erodes morale because it makes it look like you're saying one thing and the office is doing something different. So really trying to root that side of it out. A lot of the battles we fought, if you will, a lot of the growth is probably the more appropriate way of saying it over the last 5 years. I think we've done a good job of instilling a culture of high standards, instilling a culture of transparency, instilling a culture of potential. We implemented the first clerk's career system in our office that actually provide opportunities for growth, leadership, and non-leadership. Before that, when I came in, there were deputy clerks and supervisors. We've added senior clerks. We've added different positions. We've really built out the office, and through that, it allows us to fight for our budget that much more. And so we live by a lot of that. We also really built in the taxpayer standards. We've built in that we say no one's bigger than the office. We work within the office. We each have a role to play, including myself. If I fail, the office fails. If the office fails, I fail. And my job primarily is to ensure that the public's confidence is in our office, that we're instilling the public's perspective, trust, values in the office. And similarly, it's also be communicating outwardly what our office is doing and how we're serving our residents and what we need in order to be able to do so. And that's why this hire is so important, is because it's signaling clearly, hey, we need more funding in order to be able to take care of our folks. And thank goodness the Board of County Commissioners here in St. John's has been just a great supporter, recognizing our mission, recognizing our need, and providing what we need in order to be successful, with the understanding that in the future, more resources should be and will be on the way.
All right, I only have one.
Sorry, that was a long answer.
No, it was great though. You nailed it. This one's way easy.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
Yes. Okay.
Can't wait to hear the Marines answer on that
one. It's fuchsia. All right. Brandon Petty as the clerk. Brandon Petty as commander. All right. Tell me the differences between those and the similarities between those, because it's two very different jobs.
It is.
So if you can tell me the major differences and the most commonality of those two jobs.
Yeah. So for the commonalities between them, it's being in leadership, it's making decisions. But generally, like on the Navy side, your rank and then you have your position. So my position right now on the reserve side is the regional training officer for our Navy Intel Region Southeast, which is out of Jacksonville. So I focus primarily on training. I don't have to worry about HR. Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about pay. I don't have to worry about budgets. I don't have to worry about really personnel conflicts. Yeah. I just get the sailors to the training, help work out any issues they have, help them build out their training plans, and do the thing. It's fantastic. It's like when I was deployed, I was an intelligence planner. I did plans. I didn't have to worry about personnel. I didn't have to worry about salary. I didn't have to worry about budget. It was great. That said, it's also great working on the clerk side, which is you've got your hand on the steering wheel. I mean, you are charged with all of those responsibilities, and the public expects a lot out of you for it. And it's something that I take very seriously every day. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and recognize really what a blessing it is and a gift, and it's something I hope to be able to give back to the county by having a world-class office. But that's primarily the difference, is that on the clerk side, it's comprehensive. Thankfully, we've got a fantastic team. From our day one clerks, those that are in onboarding, all the way up to our senior staff. Our senior staff are committed to the mission. They're committed to the office. They're committed to taking care of each other, and they're committed to ensuring that we're making the right decision and the best decision for the office and for our people too. And so we talk often that when we bring somebody in, we invest a lot in them. We invest a lot in them training wise, culture wise, because we want them there for 20, 30 years. And so once they're in, if things get a little sideways, they get a little off standards, we work with them to get back to it. But it also means that if we get to a position where it's best for us to part ways, we'll do so, and we'll do so when it's appropriate. So there's a lot of that side of it on the clerk side. And then back on the Navy side, it's not just helping the training side. It's you're completing the national mission and helping keep us safe, right? Being part of that solution. And as someone who loves serving the greater good and being part of something bigger than themselves, it's nice to have kind of both this. But if you had to ask me what was my number one job, I mean, it's being a husband, it's being a father, it's helping ensure that that our family is moving forward. And so it's one where I don't take any of those lightly, and it's one I'm just honored, humbled to be able to be a part of. Sorry, they got a little hallmark on y'all.
Yeah, no. That's exactly where your head should be.
Yeah, exactly.
With family first. I think all of us would agree with that. Anything any message you want to get out that we haven't covered? I feel like I beat you up a little bit.
No, I love it, Troy. And I appreciate y'all. And Blake, y'all are doing such a great service to the community by leaning forward. By the Speedway up on 210 was at 277 this morning. Nice. So I caught my eye on the way in. And then number two, I say, hey, we just released a new program in the office called Salute to Service. So we'll talk to y'all about that a little bit more. We want to help get the word out. So if you're a veteran and you have a DD 214, so your discharge papers, we welcome you to record it with our office. And it'll go into the official records of the county, so it becomes a part of the county's history, which is cool.
Please do that, because I can tell you at Veterans Village, we go to those documents because of the new bill, the Stilling Valor bill. I mean, we have people that are coming in, so please record those. It's free. You can get a copy whenever you need to, free. It's protected from public disclosure for 62 years after your date of discharge, so it's fine print, put it to the National Archives. And we give you a card that arrives in the mail that you can take to local area businesses and receive discounts and just a little bit acts of gratitude from them. We're appreciative to our partners in the program, so we want to help spread the word. But it's a cool program. There's no honor amongst clerks, so we stole the idea from a clerk's office in North Carolina, and our comms team, our public affairs team, has done a remarkable job of putting it together and executing. So very grateful for them, and just want to help get the word out on the program.
That's an awesome program. Thank you.
That's great.
And as a mom who has gotten passports for children before, you run the office very well. Even though you do have budgetary constraints, they were amazing with my children. Even when my kids came in with like wild hair and needed pictures, they were all very sweet with the kids, and they were very informative. So I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Troy, how do you want to check the comments?
For our waking watchers, we will wander through the wacky world of comments.
Nice. That comment search will be brought to you by BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years with bold vinyl lettering and towering pylon signs. They specialize in high quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also, St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building comes with free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options to fit your budget. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday. Call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience. Give us the report, Troy.
All right, so we got a lot of gas reports. What'd you say, 277?
277, Speedway 210.
Nice. Speedway at 210, 277. The BP is 283. The Wawa south of town's at 285. I'm not sure where this is. Wawa from Tim was at 289. I think that was the one down near the south there. And Costco's at 271.
Nice.
All right.
Getting closer.
And I have a bet that 4th of July we're going to be in the 260s.
Okay.
So that's kind of I'm rooting for rooting for gas prices to get to the 260. So, Pete,
We all are.
Pete the Possum. I know a lot of people were worried about Pete the Possum. You know, it's doing okay. He's
Good.
doing good. And Nick said he would run for me during the baseball game.
Lovely.
And someone asked where the fun people are. We're right here. Right here.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And we love those comments because that helps support us.
Yeah.
All right. We got a Stordom stat.
Stordom stat. Today's Stordom stat's not that fun of a Stordom stat, but I can't believe it was this long ago. On this day's today, Phil Hartman from SNL, he was murdered by his wife. He was 49 years old. And that was in 1998.
Really?
27 years ago.
Wow.
That was 27 years
That's
ago.
sad.
And I mean, it's super sad. He was one of the longest running SNL guys.
Yeah.
And his impression of Clinton was spot on.
Oh, it was fantastic.
So it was amazing. But that happened on this day in 1990.
What's your favorite Phil Hartman? Is it the Clinton impression?
I think it's Clinton impression. I think he just absolutely crushed the Clinton
I love
impression.
the Alcatraz.
Because he was there during the whole
Yeah.
Monica thing.
Yep.
And I mean, some of those skits just
nailed
didn't
it.
hold back.
Yeah. So personally, for me, so the thing I remember Phil Hartman the most was his characters on the Simpsons with Lionel Hutz
Preach.
and Troy
Yeah.
McClure.
Nice.
Was he the monorail guy?
I don't think it was him.
Okay.
I can
So-
double check.
My favorite is the Alcatraz guard from So He Married an Axe Murderer. The Alcatraz guard that goes like real intense and tells the story about Vicky getting his eyes like pulled out of his sockets. And oh, it's hilarious. It's so intense.
That's an SNL skit?
No, this is So I Married an Axe Murderer,
Oh,
which is
that's right.
a Mike
It's a
Myers
movie.
movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
And so Mike Myers and his friends are on this Alcatraz tour, and Vicky is the guard, and they're like, oh, we love Vicky. And Vicky just goes off the rails with this crazy story, and then just looks at everybody and he's like, this way to the cafeteria. Walks out. It's my favorite Phil Hartman. Love that dude. Crazy bee that took him out. We don't like her.
Troy McClure.
Yeah. The Stordom Stat brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today. Plugs, Troy.
Plugs tonight on Bollocks. We have Vietnam veteran Oscar will be in. He'll talk about his multiple tours in country, and talking about Memorial Day and friends that he's lost, and some of the experiences that a little behind the scenes situation with Vietnam.
Wow,
Cool.
that's going to be a powerful interview.
Yeah.
Plugs. Blake, do you got anything?
I definitely just want to say hi to my friend Bailey up in Fort Valley. She used to work with us at Flagler, but I just want to say hi to her today. She was kind of sad that I wasn't on camera most of the time today.
My only plug is to schedule your annual doctor's appointment. I have mine today. Go take care of your health, guys. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube and our Rumble channel. We've got Bollocks tonight at 5 p.m. See you guys.
Bye-bye.